This video is sponsored by EA Creator Network. Thank you EA for this opportunity. Adventure Awaits is almost here, and here is every feature that I have discovered with this new expansion pack. I'm not including getaway or custom venue systems in here because they deserve definitely their own video of them. And also there is a lot of interactions in the world which should be in their own video too. So sit back, take some popcorn or whatever and enjoy, and let's just start. And a quick reminder that if you decide to buy this pack or any of the EPs or kits, that you can use my creator code MarkuBoy91 in the EA app, and that way you can help this channel with 5% profit from the pack's prices. There are two new aspirations, one for the children called Cool Kid on the Block, which basically means different interactions with surroundings with kids, and then there is one for teens up called Critter Hunter, which gameplay is surrounded by butterflies, and after completing you can chat actually with butterflies. These aspirations are cool because they are not so tutorial vibe like the last aspirations we've been having with the last expansion pack or DLCs. And with the traits we have one new trait called competitive, which basically means that you can be good sim or bad sim depending on what you choose with when you compete with other children with different kind of games or competitions that this new expansion pack gives to us. Also we got new career called Camp Instructor. It is 10 level career and it has 2 branches. The Sims goes away all over the weekend and comes home very exhausted and underpaid in my opinion, thinking the work hours that the sim is having. It's a little OP to achieve all the 10 levels in my opinion, but it's kind of fun and different kind of job that we have in the game, and that's why I really enjoy it. Next one is that we can finally woohoo in waters, and this is so cool because basically you can woohoo everywhere, wherever you want. If there is a water, well, not in the pond, but example in oceans right now, in here, in the lakes, in other worlds. And also what is really fun is that you can do it also in the swimming pool. It's a little bit buggy, or I don't know if you need to have a little bigger swimming pool in your backyard, but still this is a really cool little detail that I'm definitely gonna use in my games a lot. And speaking of water, there is a new 5-level diving skill. At first they look clumsy when they try to dive on the diving board, but after a while they start to have a smooth animation that we are already having in the game, and few new diving poses or jumps which are so much fun to watch. There are 2 heights of the diving boards, one for the home and one is a little higher, so that may be for a community lot, or what do you think? And of course we got kayaks, which are basically that they sit on the kayak and start to travel in open waters, and their fitness skill increases, and with the children their motoric skill increases. And talking about fitness, we finally got new gym equipments and new gym animations, which I've been waiting so many years for this game. There is a spin wheels and of course free weights, which are so cool. And of course if you have business and hobbies expansion pack, or you have updated the game, you have the mentor skill or mentor activity, which fits very well with this activity. And of course in the new world there is a fitness festival, and of course after the fitness activities you definitely need to have some protein in your stomach, and there are finally blenders in the game. You can buy one from the BB, and there are few in the pre-made houses in the new world, and there is many different kind of smoothies that grants you different moodlets depending on what you want to have in with your sim. The most interesting one is called Birds Sequences, which will get your sim terrified, and after using panicked poop or panicked bathroom moment, you don't need to use toilet in that day again. So there is little nice details with the smoothies, and you'll definitely need to check those out when you are playing the game. The lore of this world is tied up to this kind of story map, which gives you quests, and also there are 2 NPCs which grant you unique quests that you can do. You can find this from Gibi Point, and it basically gives you info about the lore or the quests that you're gonna do, and that way find the lore about, example, from the plum bird, and every time you find something lore, it will complete the story map with different kind of lore picture, which is actually really cool. By the way, I don't know why, but I thought that the summers in the Gibi Point are actually kinda sunny, but somehow they are in my game really rainy and really cloudy, but I don't know if that is some kind of bug in my game or is it really that way, but I hope it's a bug. And finally, new skill related to butterflies and moths, 5-level skill for all sims of any age, and you can catch butterflies everywhere on the world. There is actually clues where the butterfly species are in the world. You just need to go to a collection menu and that way find the information about them. You can raise butterflies in the incubator, or you can put them to the habitat where the butterflies and the moths can live happily free. In one of the neighborhood there is an NPC called Buddy Scoop, which has own collectible business down or near the shuttered mines. You can trade different collectibles with them if you have something in your inventory, depending on what rarity your collectible is. And also what is really funny is that you can also try to win them in a rock, paper, scissors and win collectibles from them. And that is one task for children aspiration as well. And last major world feature is the modular playground objects, which are finally here and something that we wanted to have, or at least upgraded in our game. There are many different modules so that you can build your own unique playground lot or playground area, or if you are lazy like me, there are few pre-mates already, so you can just basically put them on the lot and then have fun. The modules are in 2 heights and there are many different swatches with them, but what I noticed that they of course take so much space in your backyard, so maybe these are good in a community lots or public parks or wherever. But what I'm most excited about that every age of the sim can use these. Of course, children mostly play with them, but your adults can also travel through them or have fun with them. The children will play with the modules by themselves or with the groups, or met new children to play with. And funny little detail that if your adult sim is sliding down the slide, they will get bored moodlet because sliding is just for the children. And that is so sad for us boomers who enjoy sliding. And last section is for children, because children got so many new cool features for the game, and this is my favorite part of all about this new expansion pack. There is rock, paper, scissors animation or game, where you can choose your preference, what the sim will mostly choose when they are playing in that game. And of course, adults can also play the game, and you can see which they chose in their head bubbles when they are playing. They can play 1 round or 3 rounds of that game, and they have different kind of reaction depending on did they lose or did they win the game. And especially if they are having bad spirit with competitive trait, the animation of the sim losing their mind after losing the game is just so fun. There is also hide and seek game where your sim goes and disappears to the object, and then you can watch them play, or you can control the sim who is looking. Example, you can stop them counting and start looking, or you can click the object where the sim is hiding or another one, and that way look hiding places with that sim. Then we have these imaginary friends. There is 4 different kind of dolls and you can choose which personality trait you're gonna give them. There is 4 different personality traits and you need to get the friendship up with the imaginary friend that you own, and after that you can turn them to a doll human or to a form which only your sim can see who owns the doll and not example the adults can see them, and then you can basically play with them. They can ask you to do different stuff with them. If you are scared, they're gonna show up and comfort your sim, and there are many little details and different things that you can do with them, but in my opinion they are basically just like the normal sims. They give you some kind of mood boost, but other than that they are just like normal people and are not giving you any like really cool stuff to do with them. New, very exciting and inspiring mechanic for the children is called Formative Moment, the new mechanic which starts in the childhood and it continues for the rest of their life. Most of the objects that you are clicking in the game have some kind of challenge which you can start and are related to that mechanic, and basically it unlocks different quests that you can do with your child sim, and after completing those challenges or quests you get a special trait from that, and it usually is related to the stuff that you are doing. And also you can unlock these challenges when you are adult, like reminiscing the past days, and that way find the trait again for your sim or again, and that way change the story of your sim. But it feels a little bit cheating at that moment because these special traits or the trait rewards feels really overpowered in the game, but it is fun that there are like basically many different quests or formative moments and many different traits, and that way you can tell many stories with this mechanic, and that's why it's just so cool. The second skill that we're getting with this new expansion pack is paper crafting. It's 10 level skill with cute new animation. You just need to place the object to the table and then click it and then start crafting. Depending on which level you are, the craft is gonna look like that. Example, first the quality of the craftings are really bad, but when you get more levels with that skill, the objects become more polished and more cute. You can also make paper planes with them and throw those in around the world, or you can make crafts or origamis as a gift to another sim, and that is a little cute detail. And of course you can have these in your wall and that way have nice more decors in your BB. And the third skill is archery skill, which is for every sim. It's also 10 level skill, and after a while when you have leveled up the skill you can also go to a bow fishing, which is basically fishing but with a bow. This increases your fishing and also your archery skills. And lastly, for the bonus feature, there is also panning for crystals. It just gives you sometimes crystals when you go to a pond or a lake and pan collectibles from there. Little detail, little cute interaction that you can do with the environment.